Alright guys, what's up? I just received my front and rear differentials. This is the rear one right here, this is the front, and for the front they include this seal already in. I kind of opted for 5.29s because I don't know, I've been doing my own research and everything, and people are saying that's kind of just the way to go. I know it's like a little weaker, but for what I do, I don't really need anything crazy. And then this guy right here, I did the I'll show you guys later, but I did the Lexus swap on these, so I don't have to worry about the Allen keys, whatever, for this guy and this guy ever stripping. So that's nice that they kind of paint it. I'm probably gonna install it like sometime this weekend. I am on 33s right now, as I just mentioned, and I know my RPM is gonna be pretty high when I do install them, because I do plan on getting 35s literally right after I do the break-in process. Right, so today's like Sunday. I was supposed to start on the differential regear this morning, but I got pretty lazy. But I'm gonna start right now. It's like 4 o'clock, 4 something. The kind of order of operation here is we're gonna take the wheel off, and then we have to just disconnect the e-brake. Then we can pull these axles out. And then while I'm doing all that, I can drain the whole fluid real quick. All right, I'm not sure if you can see it, but I'm draining my differential fluid right now. Yeah, so while that's draining, I'm gonna take off the wheels and the cylinder, rear axles, and then we'll get that started. The fluid is pretty much drained for the most part. The only thing left that I pretty much gotta do is unhook the e-brake right here. And then I'm gonna take off all 4 of the bolts that hold the axle, and on both sides. And then I can pull the axle apart to disconnect it from the differential, and then take out the differential. Okay, it's coming out. Yep. Okay, it's out. Diff is out. I think whoever did the job before also redid it or something, because this is some gasket maker right here. Yeah, because it's supposed to be a paper one if I'm not mistaken, but here is a side-by-side comparison to the 2 diffs. Let me put my light on real quick. So here's my stock ratio one. And then this is the new one from East Coast Gear Supply. One of the reasons why we had to lock the diff is because they, if I show you right here, they ship it locked already. It's not really needed. They say that, you know, if you take it out unlocked, then you just put the new unit in unlocked as well. So I'm gonna go clean up the surface underneath there. I got like a little razor, and then I'm gonna use a little bit of Scotch-Brite and some WD-40 to clean it, make it nice, and then try and put this in by myself and see how that works. All right, what's up? So today's Monday. I actually did not end up finishing the job in one day. I mean, I could have, but let me try and show you what happened. There's some gasket that's like just stuck on there. Last night I literally spent like an hour or two just scraping off as much as I can. So I'm gonna tackle it again, see how far I get to clean the surface, and then we will go from there. All right, so it looks kind of cleaner, if you can kind of tell, but there's still like paper gasket on it. It's whatever. I'm gonna send it, put some Toyota FIPG 1281. This is the updated version. I put this on it to prevent like air from like coming in. So I'm gonna use this, and I'm gonna put it on both surfaces. I'm gonna put some on here, and then I'm gonna put some on the other mating surface, just a little bit on the other one, but mostly on the differential. So we'll go do that real quick. So today's actually Tuesday. I actually finished the rear differential. We're gonna start on the front. So first thing to do, drain the front diff. And then while that's draining, I'm gonna take off the spacer so I can get into here, and then remove this from the CV axle right here. And then also disconnect my lower ball joint so I can move it aside. But here's the mod. Here's a nice little mod I wanna show you guys. Here's like the OEM ones, and these are the ones that I replaced mine with. There we go, now he's in. Here, and kind of just pry it some more. You can kind of see that there's this little clip that was holding it that you had to kind of pry out. All right, what's going on, guys? So it's been almost a week since I was actually working on my 4Runner, and I'll show you why real quick. So these bolts right here, I kind of stripped them a little bit. I stripped this one on the left and then the right. I mean, it looks like it was getting there. I'm not too sure, but I decided to replace those because let me move them. There's all 4 of these bolts right here, right? So these ones are the top 2 smaller ones right here on the right. And then these left longer ones are on the bottom. And I stripped them and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to reuse any of these bolts because I'm scared I'm going to strip it, putting it back on, right? And torquing it to the high spec. So I had to order them through Toyota. And then I ordered them last Thursday. That's the last time I worked on my vehicle. Today is Wednesday. And they arrived yesterday, but I was a little busy. And today I picked them up. See where I'm at with the progress. I want to finish by tonight, if not by this weekend. I mean, I don't know. I'm taking my sweet time, kind of doing this regear thing. But yeah, I should be wrapping it up very soon. I really just need to put the front differential in, and then put everything back together, bleed the brakes, and then I can start the braking process, because the braking process takes like you have to drive a certain amount of miles, like 500 miles, and then there's instructions that I got to follow. All right, so I'm still working on this regear, and thing is, I'm pretty much done. I'm pretty much done with this regear. I'm struggling actually with my CV axle. I'll show you guys right now. It just will not pop in. I assembled my passenger side. It's just the driver side will not pop in. So I've been at this for like a day and a half since like yesterday. I left town for a day to go hang out with my friends, and then I came back tonight. Today's Sunday, but the CV axle replacement came, so I'm gonna open it and I'm gonna see if it works instead of that one, because I'm thinking it's something with the C-clip. I'm not too sure. I don't know, but we will see. We will try everything. All right. So I finally got this axle in. There's a little cord to keep it level, and then I was hammering it in. Put a little cardboard here so I didn't hit my shock there. And let me show you guys if I can get under there. So it looks pretty even, looks pretty flush. I was aiming for it to get flush here. It took a while of hammering. For some reason, this specific side, even with the new CV axle, was a little more difficult to get into than my passenger side, but it's in. And I think it's in there. I mean, it went that deep, went pretty flush. So I'm gonna leave it there. Hopefully it's good. It's pretty stuck in there. So yeah, I'm gonna put everything back in and then I guess wrap up. All right, y'all, I finally finished the whole regear. Yeah, I put everything back together. Everything's torqued, hopefully. I mean, I think I made sure. And then I just bled my brakes. I should top off the fluid. I'll do that probably tomorrow. But yeah, the last thing I need to do is fill it up with some differential oil. This is the brand that East Coast Gear Supply recommends. So I'm gonna be using this, but I was gonna fill it up tonight, but something was wrong with my little pump here, so I just threw it away. But yeah, she's pretty much done. We're gonna give this a go after I fill up the fluid tomorrow. And yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna wrap everything up after all that. But yeah, so the time has finally come. I finally finished my regear after so long. Shouldn't have taken this long, but it was my first time. Whatever, don't care. Yeah, I just put fluid in. I had to go buy a pump actually. I ended up buying this style of pump. It took a while to actually pump in the fluid because you don't get much fluid per pump, but I finally did it. Torqued everything down, and I'm gonna go on my first initial drive, and hopefully there's no leaks. I was a little worried about the rear differential because I don't know if I put a good seal on the mating surfaces, nor did I fully clean the old gaskets, but we'll see. I'm gonna start my car, let it warm up. Alrighty, so I'm going on my drive right now. I'm supposed to go drive for like 15 to like 20 minutes on a light drive. So I'm going like no more than like 40 miles an hour. I'm just driving around my neighborhood, and then I'm supposed to let it cool down for like 20-25 minutes, but honestly I might eat some lunch, let it cool down longer and whatever. And then yeah, everything looks pretty good. Nothing crazy. It feels even better. The gearing kind of just feels better from what I was driving before. But overall, the Regear is done. It feels good. I'm just driving around my neighborhood. I'm gonna go back home and then check if there's any leaks or anything, and I hope there isn't. I'm very happy. Hopefully there's no leaks. Check everything out. Everything's torqued to spec. But yeah, that's pretty much a wrap of my little Regear there. So thanks for tuning in, and I think up next I want a couple things actually. It's, you know, at the end of November, or yeah, it's the end of November right now. There's like a lot of sales going on right now. Toyota's even having a sale, so I think one of the next things that I'll buy, that honestly I'm gonna need anyways if I'm gonna run 35s, is a Tundra brake upgrade. Maybe make a video about that. But yeah, Regear is done. Here's what I'm doing.